the frequency in use? Is the frequency in use? CQ20, CQ20, CQ20 meters. CQ20, CQ20, CQ20 meters. Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo calling CQ, CQ. CQ20, CQ20, CQ20 meters. CQ, 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 CQ. CQ20, CQ20, CQ20 meters. Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo calling CQ, CQ. CQ, 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 CQ. CQ20, CQ20 meters. CQ, 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 CQ. CQ20, CQ20 meters. Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo calling CQ, CQ. CQ, 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 CQ. CQ 20 meters, CQ 20 meters. Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo calling CQ, CQ. CQ20, CQ20, CQ 20 meters. CQ 20 meters. Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo calling CQ, CQ. CQ20, CQ 20 meters. Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo calling CQ, CQ.
Kilowatt 0, RWB, KC3, OCK.
The Kilowatt Charlie 3?
And Kilo Charlie 3, Oscar Charlie Kilo.
Okay, fine business. So getting a little noise in the band, but I don't know what the conditions are not. Thanks for coming back to the call. The handle here is Randy. We're about 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City, Missouri. How are you doing this afternoon?
We're doing pretty good. Just kind of waiting for the swamp to come in here a little later on. It's pretty cool here. So here is Bill, Bravo, India, Lima, Lima. We're about 80 miles north.
Okay, Bill, fine business. Yeah, I think we're all getting some weather. We're sitting here at light snow and about -2, and got about 6 inches on the ground. I think it's supposed to stop sometime today, and I think we got a great Friday coming. We're going to get back to 32, so we're just so excited. This is day 9 below 15 degrees. Unusual for this part of the country, but I think everybody's in a cold snap currently there. Go ahead.
Roger on that. Yeah, we're running about, I guess probably about 30, maybe 31 degrees, something like that. And a real fine drizzle coming down. It isn't freezing for some reason, but supposed to be between about 6 o'clock tonight and through tomorrow morning, we're supposed to get some considerable amount of ice. So we're not really looking forward to that there. Yeah, our temperatures have been staying in the upper 20s and down in the teens at night here for the past, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks. So yeah, it's been a typical, Pennsylvania winter here. Over.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's winter was really that good. We were actually out here about a half hour ago on doing some QSOs, and station checked in down in Florida. Had to say 85. I wish he'd have said 35. I wouldn't have felt so bad, but he had to say 85.
Roger. Yeah, I got a cousin that lives down there. She Facebooked me last night and said, this was about 11 o'clock at night. She said, it's 65 degrees down here right now. And I'm like, that's nice. I'm 29 here, and it's not doing anything just yet. But, yeah, it was chilly. She's originally from Wisconsin, up in Racine, and she does not miss the cold at all.
Yeah, I think some people handle it better than others, and I think part of that is also goes along with age. I notice the older I get, the sooner I want to get out of these temperatures, and we're hoping that when the wife finally gets a chance to retire, we want to be wherever it's 72. So we're going to look at that. But in the meantime, here we are. What we get. But it is one day closer to spring there, Roger.
that heat, but me, I just can't take the heat. I can take the cold better than I can take the heat. And like you say, even as you get older, you start disliking the cold as well. But I can put up with that better than I can put up with the heat and the humidity. Over.
Yeah, you know, I don't mind the cold and the snow I can take, but I would like to see a little bit of sunshine. At least that gives you a little bit of hope. We've seen very little of that in the last week or so, and it can kind of wear on you a little bit. We've got two windows here in the shack. One looks to the north and one looks to the west, and all we see is snow coming down and what it's piling up. And it would be nice just to have a little bit of sunshine in the mix there, if you know, and would give us hope. But gosh, we've been pretty fortunate most of the season. We've only had to deal with this now for about 10 days. And if we can get through the rest of the month fairly unscathed, March is usually fairly good for us. It's rain and a little bit of sleet more than snow, so that's okay. But I know it's like 12 degrees this morning south of Houston, Texas. A friend of mine had snow in Austin, Texas this morning, so it's pretty widespread, but it's just a time of year that I guess we're living in there. Go ahead.
Roger. Yeah, I got a cousin who lives down in Texas there somewhere. I'm not sure where. And he says, I woke up this morning and hey, the grass was covered with snow. What the heck's going on here? So I sent him a thing on Facebook there. I said, well, I still got 1.5 feet of snow from the last storm I had, and expecting a whole bunch of slop coming in. He goes, yeah, but that's expected up there, not down here where I'm at. It's not supposed to snow. I said, well, get used to it. It'll come. You get it every once in a while. But I'm pretty sure that he woke up to snow on the ground, and probably within about 3 or 4 hours it was all gone. Over.
Yeah, you know, I wouldn't mind that either. Actually, I think that'd be fine with me. Let it snow and then be gone. But I think ours is going to stick around a little bit just because it's being so cold, and it really doesn't have a chance to melt. But it is what it is. So we'll, like I said, we'll play it. We'll play this hand and what we're dealt, and get through it the best we can. So, Bill, we're going to see if we can make a few more contacts. I don't know if I told you or not, but we're actually live streaming on YouTube right now. So if you'd like to listen to our QSO, you can do the playback, of course, on YouTube. Just go to the search engine, type in my call sign, and you can listen to our QSO. You got a little noise on the band. I didn't have any trouble copying you. The audio was nice and clear, but at least you get a chance to see what your audio sounds like. It's kind of a fun thing we like doing when we get a chance here, and we usually get out here this time every afternoon during the week, and try to make some contacts and talk with some old friends, new friends, and people that are just wanting to talk about different things there. Roger?
Roger, Andy. By the way, when you first contacted there, I had you sign the, you dropped down to about a 5'6" here now. Just kind of wonder what I was doing your end.
Oh, you're 5'8" to 5'9", and it drops down as well. I still haven't had a problem copying you, but there's a little noise on the band. I know that, and it's a little wavy. But you know, again, it's what we're working with, and we'll certainly get by it.
Hi, Roger. Yeah, you're right back up there again. Yeah, it's just been kind of sliding up and down a little bit, but yeah, I've been able to copy every word you said there. All right. Well, we'll let you make a few more contacts there, and I'm going to go wander around the band, see if I can find somebody else there. It's real nice talking to you. I hope to hear you again there. Kilo 0 Romeo Whiskey Bravo KC3 OCK. We'll be clear on your finals there. Everyone, stay safe.
Okay, Bill. Yeah, that time you came up to 5'9" plus. If you want, go down and say hi to Alex, Whiskey 7 Hotel Uniform. He's down on 295. He's also doing a live stream. He's a good friend of mine. You get a chance to check in with him, say hi. And anyway, enjoy the rest of your day there. And if you hear us out there later on this week or what have you, go ahead and give us a shout back, and we'll just kind of pick it up where we left off and have some of it. But enjoy the rest of your day. hopefully the weather won't get too bad for you. You'll be able to get through it. So we'll say 7-3 so now. Kilo Charlie 3, Oscar Charlie Kilowatt, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo, Randy and Kansas City will be clear 7-3s.
Kilo 4, November Yankee X-ray.
Kilo 4 again?
Yeah, Kilo 4, November Yankee X-ray. How you doing, Randy? Name is Mike.
Okay, Mike, fine business. I got fat fingers today. I want to make sure I typed it in correctly there. It's one of those days. Hey, you know, we're having some fun here. At least I thought we were an hour or so ago. Then my live stream ended up being a one-way conversation. We couldn't figure out why. So we decided to take a little standby to figure out what the technical glitches were. But we're back on the air. We found a little spot here on 20, and we'll play radio for a little bit and see what happens there. Go ahead.
Roger, you're sounding great here. Got you about at 5 at 9 here into Port St. Lucie, Florida. Operating conditions here today, Yaesu DX10, RE20 mic, about 400 watts, hex beam pointed just straight north. I think you're in the beam path, I think there, over.
Well, it could be. I just moved mine down to 135 if you're at Port St. Lucie, so I was actually pointed up toward Pennsylvania. So usually when you're talking hex to hex, it gets really good. So probably from your direction, I would probably be about 350, give or take. But yeah, they're pretty wide in front. I'm not sure which hex you have. I've got NA4RR's hex beam. I've had it since 2012 there, Roger.
Yeah, I'm using the K0RWB. I got it back in June and been having a lot of fun with it. You're definitely within the beam path. I'm at 0 degrees, so 350. I think they say the beam path on these hexes is about 60 degrees, if I'm not mistaken. So it's pretty wide.
Yeah, I think it works great. I wouldn't trade mine for the world. It's always served me quite well. We bring it down once a year just for inspection to make sure the paracord is okay and all the fasteners are tight and what have you, and other than that, it goes right back up in the air again. Mine sits about 45 feet from the base plate to the ground, and we do have a set of ice cores for it, probably something you wouldn't need down there, but we made our own to give the spreaders a little bit more stability, and we've been through several ice storms, wind storms at 70 plus degrees, and it's done quite well. But I think I heard you in the beginning, you said the radio was an FTDX10, is that a Roger?
Yeah, Roger, Randy. It's the FTDX10, and I'm using an RE20 mic on it. I just got this radio about a week ago. Still getting its feet wet and learning it, but having a lot of fun with it. I really like it. I like the external monitor is just great, having that. You don't realize how nice it is coming from a 7300 with the little screen. This is nice to have it in front of you, over.
Yeah, fine business. We looked at that rig. We upgraded from a Yaesu FT950 about 3 weeks ago to the 7300. Our local store didn't have any of the FTDX10s, and that was okay. We actually kind of went over. They had a used FTDX3000, and we decided to go this route. A little bit easier for plug and play and for the streaming. And when you go from about a 1x2 inch screen on the 950, having a 4.3 size screen on the 7300 is quite nice. But we have given some serious consideration to the FTDX10. We've got a rig right now that we had advertised, Yaesu 857 Delta, and whatever proceeds that has, we're probably going to go that route with the 10 and make this 7300 a portable rig. But tell me about the 3D scope. Do you use it or don't like it?
K0RWB K4NYX. 3D scope is cool if you are just sitting there. I am confused by it. Very, very cool looking, but I just like the regular scope. I came from a 7300. There's nothing wrong with the 7300. Love the 7300. Will never get rid of my 7300. It's funny you mentioned the 857D. I just sold my 857D, and the proceeds went towards this. So I had a 450D and an 850-70, which I just got rid of. But you know what? The 7300, I'm going to give you a recommendation, and this is the best thing you could add to that radio. A DSP speaker, whether it be the BHI or West Mountain Radio makes one. if you want to talk about how awesome that receive is, it just quiets it down that much more, and it makes it fantastic. Over.
Yeah, very true. The speaker in the top firing speaker is not very good, and most of them aren't, I don't believe. We generally use headphones. We've got some JBL speaker that we're using right now next to the rig today, and it seems to work pretty well. But we wanted to try without the headphones today. As I said, we are doing a live stream, so actually you can listen to our QSO, and you can go back and listen and see what your FTDX10 sounds like, which would be kind of cool actually. I think it sounds pretty good, but you could certainly be the judge. But yeah, we like the headphones so the wife only has to hear one side of the conversation per se. But we wanted to give our ears a rest because we were on the headphones all weekend. But I certainly understand what you're saying, Roger.
Yeah, West Mountain Radio makes it an external DSP, and it has the ability to put headphones in. Highly recommend checking it out. I'll tell you, I got mine last year at Hamcation, and when I hooked that thing up to the 7300 with the headphones on, it was like a dream come true with the receive. I mean, the receive on that radio is fantastic, and it's good. It's better than the 850-70, that's for sure, as far as the quietability. But when you put that West Mountain Radio DSP on there, and it's got a tone control on it, it's dynamite. I have two of them, as a matter of fact. I love them, and I always run that with the 7300. But Randy, yeah, I'm going to check out the YouTube. I'm curious on how the audio sounds, and I'm still working on this thing, and thanks for picking me up today. Kilo 0, Romeo Whiskey Bravo from Kilo 4, November Yankee X-Ray. Thanks for picking me up, and congratulations on that 7300. It's an awesome radio.
Yeah, Mike, well, you were just pushing 25 over that time, so I told you about hex to hex. I didn't recall if you said you were running power or not, but maybe you can tell me real quick on the next go. The reason I'm looking for the 10 is because I want that external monitor feature. I think it's going to be a little bit cleaner look when I do the live stream. I'm using a third-party software now, 4Win Icon Suite, which is okay, don't get me wrong, but I would like to have the actual display, and I can actually incorporate that into the stream software. I don't know if it's worth an additional $800 per se over the 7300, but I still have the boom and the mic and all the erector cables for Yaesu, so I know it'll be a plug and play. But when the 857 sells, then we'll take that over, and then we'll order us the FTDX10. But yeah, check out the YouTube. Just go to YouTube, go to the search engine, put in my call K0RWB, look for the latest YouTube we've done, and listen to the playback. Sounds terrific, Mike. It really does. And you're the first one I've heard with the 10, and I was really curious to see what they sounded like. So you've got it dialed in really well. But anyway, I wasn't sure if you're running power or not.
Yeah, we're running about 400 watts right now. I had the amp on before. I was calling CQ just a little bit below here, and my son came by, and I wanted to do a demo and show him this radio because they only had it about a week. But yeah, you're going to love it. One of the things I will tell you, the bonus on the radio is the receive is just amazing on this radio. I'm not going to say it's worlds better than the 7300 because the 7300 with the DSP, in my opinion, is really good. This is just, it's very rich sounding, and the noise reduction on this radio is just amazing. I love having the external screen as well. It's really cool. Yeah, that's the only thing this rig is missing, and I know that going in. I looked at the 7610. But a brand new rig like this for less than $1,000 is pretty tough to pass up, and it is what it is. No, I'm not complaining. Don't get me wrong, because it'll make a great rig no matter what application you're going to use it under. But I would like to have that external display just to help with the stream. But it's pretty minor compared to the rest of it. But yeah, fine business on the 400 watts. And yeah, your signal's been 20 plus all the time, so we got a nice little pipeline into Port St. Lucie. So hope you've got terrible weather. I hope it's cold and 12 degrees. We've got -2 and snow and about 6 on the ground. But anyway, thanks for coming back, Mike. Enjoyed it. And we're out here daily around this time. We usually start about 2 o'clock Central. We had a minor glitch earlier, so we extend a little bit more today. But
if you hear us out there, come on back and check out the YouTube. And if you're interested in it, go ahead and subscribe and hit the like and the notification bar. You'll get to know when we're here. We've got the other people that check in with us from time to time, but get a chance to listen to your audio. 7-3s for now, and we'll catch you later for sure. Kilowatt 4, November Yankee X-ray. Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Randy in Kansas City. We'll be clear, my friend. 7-3s.
Just take care, Randy, and thanks for picking me up. And it's sunny and 82 degrees, so all the best. K4NY, actually.
Okay, 7-3s. K0RWB, QRZ.
K0RWB, KC2 NHY.
KC2 again.
KC2, Mike Hotel Yankee. You copy me? Kilo Charlie 2, Mike Hotel Yankee.
Yeah, I got you that time. I just got fat fingers here. I'm running a little slow today there. So, Kevin, how you doing? Looks like we talked a week or so ago. Things going well for you today? Go ahead.
Everything is fine. You struck my attention when you said you got an 857D and you want to get rid of it. I got one in my car. Had problems with mine. That's mine 78 through, and they was more frequency. On 10 meters, and I told them just to pick it up a little bit. Because when it comes out of the factory, it has to meet the FCC requirements, man. So I told them, man, look, people just barely hear me, man. Just turn it up a little bit. And the guy did, and when I get on it, not before my mobile, a lot of guys think I'm running power, man. But that's a good little radio you got there. You're going to sell it here, USM.
Yeah, it's been a good radio. It basically sat here on the shelf in the shack. I used it a couple of times for portable ops, but otherwise it's just kind of been a backup with it. We also had the little Z100 auto tuner that Velcro to the bottom of it, and it was really handy to use and so forth. But it just sits on the shelf, and it's not really getting utilized like it probably should. We never use it in the mobile. Like I said, we took it portable a couple of times, but I think it's probably time to find a new owner, and so we listed it today, and we'll see what happens there. Kevin, go ahead.
Roger. Well, it's a good radio. I just wanted to let you know. I did have an automatic antenna tuner. I got the I think it's the Z100, the one that you mentioned. So I got the Z Pro 2. But it didn't match up to my 897, man. I kept breaking up and everything. So what I did, I went out there and bought me an Ameritron manual antenna tuner. That's what I'm running right now, and it goes perfect. I don't know, with the LTG, for me to run it over here at the base, it didn't really match up. Probably if I was down in the car, because the car probably got a better ground or something, it probably would have worked out better. But I didn't like the LTG tuner. I went out there and bought me an Ameritron 18, what is this, Ameritron 18F or 20, a manual antenna tuner. It works perfect, man. I love it here.
Yeah, I certainly understand that. We bought the tuner secondhand at a Hamfest, and when we wired in the power to it, and of course you had the cable that clips into the back to activate it, of course, and it worked out really well. But I said the radio itself didn't get a lot of use. I never used it on 2 meter or 440. It was used just a little bit on HF, and no complaints with the rig. It did exactly what I wanted. It ran great on barefoot. We used it with a manual screwdriver at a couple of parks, and we're able to make some good contacts and so forth. 100 watts is still 100 watts, so we have no complaints with it at all. So, yeah, we got you in there today, Kevin. Nice to see you again. Hopefully the weather is not killing you too much. We've got about -2, and it's currently snowing. We got about 6 on the ground. Tell me your weather conditions.
Well, it's overcast. I think we're supposed to get some sleet and some rain. It's not going to be any snow, but I think for Thursday, that's a question mark. I don't think we're supposed to get some more snow. God knows I don't want to see no more snow, man. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because I got things to do. I do use my car, but man, my car laid up for a while with something wrong with it. I was just scared to move it and everything. We were stuck on some ice. and we had a hard time getting the car around. I try not to keep it in gear and swerve it too much because it could burn out your gear. And so, you know, I had to rock the transmission back and forth until I got it out. So, you know, I don't want to be seeing no ice and snow for a while, man. It stops me from going out. I basically take my car everywhere, and so far for the last, 2.5 weeks, man, I've been on foot there. UFL?
Yeah, that's never good. Hopefully you won't get any bad weather, and you can get behind the wheel and get where you need to go for sure. So yeah, I hope for you. We're one day closer to spring, so you know that can't be a bad thing. So Kevin will say 7-3, so we can make a few more contacts out there. But appreciate you coming in, and nice to work again. Appreciate the info on the 857. I understand that you liked it. I sure do as well. But I think, like I said, it's time for a new owner. So enjoy the rest of your day, my friend. Keep your head down and be safe. We're out here daily, so you have some time. You hear us come back in, we'll pick it up where we left off, and we'll see how things are going over in your part of the world. 7-3's Kevin. Thanks again. Kilowatt Charlie 2, Mike Hotel Yankee, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo, Randy in Kansas City. We'll be clear, Kevin. 7-3's.
Okay, Kilowatt 0, Romeo Oscar. Okay, the Whiskey Oscar Romeo. Okay, I got it now. Okay, but very good. They like us speaking to you. I'll say 73. Hey, thanks for the contact, and hope to catch you out there again, and stay safe there from the coronavirus. Have a good one. KC2MHY 73. Have a good evening.
Okay, Kevin, take care. K0RWB, we're clear in QRZ.
Whiskey Bravo 2, Uniform Delta Charlie.
Whiskey 2, Uniform Delta Charlie. Robert, how are you this afternoon?
Oh, very good. Same here as Bob, right? And we are in Edison, New Jersey. You've got a great signal. You've got a great signal. I don't know where you're located, but it's zero in somewhere. But you sound great, and we're running 100 watts here into my brand new MA5B small beam antenna that I just got put up, which was right before we had our bad weather, so it couldn't have happened at a better time. And we're hanging out. I hear your signal, and I thought I'd give you a shout. Go ahead.
Okay, Bob, no problem. The handle here is Randy, and we're 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City, Missouri. We'd like to say the right side, the Missouri side. And we were out here earlier playing a little radio, had a technical difficulty, and we're back at it again. We're also doing a live stream on YouTube, Bob. If you're interested, you can always listen to the playback or listen to it live right now with our QSO, and give you an opportunity to see what your signal looks like on the spectrum, audio spectrum I have on the audio scope, and then determine what your audio sounds like there. Go ahead.
Well, I don't have the computer right next to me, although it's in the same room. But I hope the radio sounds pretty good. We're running a KX3 into 100 watt afterburner, and I'm very happy with that, with this radio, and using a little bit a Bose speaker as the speaker for the radio, because the KX3 speaker is about the size of a quarter. You really can't hear much. I would wear the headphones, but I kind of like relaxing and not having them on all the time. And, oh, Randy, you sounded great. What kind of setup do you have there in Kansas City? Haven't been out that far, but sorry about the cheap. Yeah, that was a tough day for them. But we're just saying ourselves, and we've had a lot of tough days. So K0RWB, this is WB2, Uniform Delta Charlie.
Yeah, okay, Bob. Yeah, you just had to throw a little salt there, didn't you? Well, you know, they made it last year, and I'm totally okay with what happened. You would anticipate it would be a little bit of a more competitive game. I know why it wasn't, but that's okay. There's always another year. Same way with the Jets, another year, a new season, anything can happen. So the conditions here, Bob, is we've got a 3-week-old ICOM 7300 that we kind of upgraded to from an old Yaesu. We are running a hex beam at 45 feet, or excuse me, 45 feet from the base plate, pointed your general direction. You're about 78 degrees from me. We run a little bit of power. We have an ACOM 1000 amplifier doing about 850 to 900 on peaks. Microphone is a Heil HM12 on the boom, and we're about 6 or 7 inches away from it. I got to watch myself because it'll really start to spike if I'm not careful. So nothing too fancy. It seems to work, and we enjoy using it. We still haven't found anybody who's willing to pay us to be on the air, so we had to buy the stuff ourselves there, Roger.
Well, I get that. Looks back here, and our antenna is on a crank-up tower. And this is a crank-up tower that's attached to the house. And that was a big project. And it's only a 20 feet presently because by the time we got everything working on it, the weather got kind of crummy, so I wasn't going to test it out at a height where I couldn't get to it because of the snow. Jersey got a lot of snow. We've got more snow than we did all last year in a couple of days, and it is now melting, and we are in the area of frozen rain and that kind of stuff. That's what they're looking at. Anyway, the band seems to be changing a little bit, but not too much. So where we running 100 watts, and I guess we got a reasonably good signal. I guess you can hear me. Go ahead.
Yeah, you've been 5.8 and 5.9, Bob. Not a problem hearing you at all. And the audio is nice and crisp as well. So your equipment's doing the job. The band is what it is. You know, we won't do any good to complain, of course. So I'm not even going to try. But like I said, this will be recorded as well. So you can go back at a later time if you wanted to and listen to our QSO. So the only thing is you just make sure you put in my call sign in the search bar and then look for today's playback. And like I said, it's kind of fun. I've had a lot of stations that send me emails and live text, you know, that they made a few different changes and so forth, and maybe it's helped for the better. It's kind of neat. It's not too often we have the opportunity to be able to listen to our own audio on the air, which is kind of a neat deal. So we decided to start doing it. We're having fun with it, and we're making contacts in the progress. So no big deal. Yeah, I'm glad you got the beam up before the bad weather, of course. That was always helpful. We were looking at moving from the current location around the corner to another, and the cables are so cold and frozen and so forth. I'm not even going to bother. We'll just have to deal with it where we're at, and hopefully we can survive. I would like to see the sunshine. We haven't had that here for a while, but the sun would be nice to see. I'll take the rest of it, but give me some sun. But we'll get through it. We're one day closer to spring, Bob. Roger.
Oh, that's so correct. That's so true. Springtime is my favorite time, especially after a crummy winter. And can't complain with being in the house. At least I got the ham radio and then retired for a couple of years. Not something I really want to do, but they also had privilege use. And after 46 years of teaching college, I am now retired. And it's kind of a bummer, but I still use my tooth, so that's really pretty good. And how would I find it? Do you have a link for your YouTube thing on QRZ.com, or do I just call letters into the interweb and find your YouTube link?
Yeah, Bob, I do have a link on my QRZ page, or you could just go online and just type in YouTube. That'll get you to the YouTube channels, and then at the top there's a little search bar, and that's where you would just type in my call, and that would bring it up. You can do it either one of those two ways. Would be the way to do it there, Roger.
Oh yeah, that's great. That's great. In fact, yeah, you text somebody's call in, you never know what you're going to get. You text my call in, and I got a lot of hits. For some, I'm not that famous, but for some reason I actually got put on. I was interviewed on QSO Today early on in the life of that, and I had a lot of fun doing that. And I got a big mouth, so I must have talked. They can't get a word in edgewise. But hey, it was good talking to you. Maybe you've learned a few more people. I am pleased that I could make this 20-minute phone conversation. I also have a vertical another quick chat vertical, and it does not perform anywhere near as great as the MA5B, which is down at 25 feet. You know, if I get it up to about 30, 35 feet, cranking it up, I bet you it'll even be better. But it's working just fine for me. I'm doing my T8 with it. And that's the neat thing about that road is that you can look at a website to see where your signal's being heard. And then you know the antenna's working. On that, I only run 3 blocks. I don't use the Electrat for that. I use a kit. The ST8 phaser is really kind of a cool little project that I had over my retirement and staying inside with the COVID time. Not that I had it, but at my age, you don't go out and you wear a mask, and socially distancing is best done over ham radio. Randy, we'll talk to you later. Thank you for the contact. K0RWB, WB2UDC.
Yeah, okay, Bob, no problem at all. And enjoyed the short QSO. We'll see if there's others out there, of course. But like I said, you get a chance later. You can go over to the YouTube and listen to our QSO, get an idea what your audio sounds like in between the static crashes and so forth. We do this daily, so if you're out and about again the next couple of days, you hear us come back in again, give us a shout, stop on by, and we'll just kind of pick up where we left off. And we'll go from there. But enjoy the rest of your day. Have a great week coming up. And I hope we can talk again real soon. Whiskey Bravo 2, Uniform Delta Charlie, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo, Randy in Kansas City. We'll be clear, Bob. 7-3s.
7-3, Randy. Hang in there and be safe with what they say. Be positive and test negative, right? That's what they say out there. So hang in there, man, and we'll talk to you again. K0RWB, this is WB2UDC, 7-3. Okay,
7-3s. K0RWB, we're clear, QRZ. Whiskey Alpha 1 station again, please. Was it Whiskey Alpha 1 Echo Mike Golf? Gregory, is that a Roger? Okay, fine business. You did a little bit above the noise, but when you were giving out your call, we heard some noise at the same time, so we kind of guessed, but I guess we guessed okay there. Yeah, the handle here is Randy. We're about 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City, Missouri. And we're playing radio this afternoon. We're also doing a live stream on YouTube there. Go ahead. Yeah, fine business. I got your page pulled up. You've got a hex beam as well. Is that a Roger? Yeah, well, you're gonna love amateur radio when you get that up in the air. We have one from NA4RR out of Pensacola. We bought it back in 2012. And I wouldn't trade mine for anything. We really do like what it does for us, and it does seem to change your amateur radio there, Roger.
Yeah, that's what I read before I bought it about 3 years ago. It's in the box there, and this is to put it up. This is retired.
Yeah, I think you'll really enjoy it. I think I'd be a kid in a candy store. I don't know if I could wait that long, but you know, when the weather's bad, it makes it tough. I put mine up in January of 2012, and luckily we had a couple of days of decent weather, so we were able to get it put together on the back patio. And we had it 4 foot off the ground. Our first contact was UK, so I knew it was going to work. So mine sits right now about 45 feet from the base plate, and it does quite well at that height for me. We got it pointed your direction, but I can see the band is changing somewhat, but we still got a good copy on you. Yeah, okay, Greg. Yeah, the bands are kind of changing around a little bit. You dropped down a little bit. We caught most of that, so I think it was probably getting close to that time. But yeah, like I said, we are out here every day. You hear us back in here again tomorrow, next day, what have you? Give us a shout back, and we'll pick it up where we left off. We thank you stopping by today, and I'm glad we got a short QSO out of it. So I'll say 7-3s. Enjoy what's left of the day. Have a great weekend, a great week coming up, and hope to work you again real soon. Whiskey Alpha 1 Echo Mike Golf Kilowatt 0 Radio Whiskey Bravo. We'll be clear. 7-3s. K0RWB K0RWB. Any station anywhere? I heard a Whiskey 3 station again. Let's try the Whiskey 3 station again, please.
Whiskey 3 Delta Romeo Tango.
Yeah, you came up that time, Dan. Again, nice copy on you. Thanks for coming back to the call here. The handle is Randy. We're just outside of Kansas City, Missouri, playing the radio this afternoon and then doing a live stream as well there. Go ahead.
Yeah, Roger. Nice to meet you, Randy. The name here is Dan Delta Alpha November. And you were really nice. So I thought I'd call around and see if you could hear me. I'm just running a small QRP HF SDR. It's the MCHF. But it's getting some help from an Elecraft KXPA 100 amplifier, and just using a Comet vertical that's not very high because I live in an HOA, and hoping that people can hear me. So nice to hear that you can copy me. Your signal report here is just plus 10, and I'm in Sanford, Florida, which is about 10 miles north of Orlando. Back to you.
Yeah, fine business, Dan. Well, I brought the beam down your direction, so hopefully it'll come up in your receive. You came up in mine, so we were able to dial you in a little bit, and pulling up your K0RZ picks. Yeah, you got some nice equipment there, and that loop is pretty sweet. We did copy a little bit of help, but gosh, it's doing just fine. The conditions aren't the greatest. But we've got no problem hearing you there. Go ahead.
All right, great. What's my signal report right now?
Well, if I look, it looks like 5.9 plus, maybe 5, bumping to 10. But yeah, that's on the big screen. My small screen on the radio, a little bit different, but I've got it on the big screen as well, so it really brings it up. But yeah, you sound great and you got good signal. For basically a barefoot, you're doing quite well.
Roger. Yeah, the Comet should be up about minimum, I think, 30 feet, and I only have it about 10 feet off the ground, and I'm not actually using that magnetic loop right now. So nice that you can give me a good signal report there. What antenna are you running?
I'm running a hex beam from NA4R out of Pensacola.
Well, yeah, then that explains it, because those hex beams are beautiful, and I would love to have one, but there's no way where I live that I could put up something like that. So I can only dream of having a setup like yours. Back to you.
Well, Dan, I'll tell you how to get away with it, because I used to do it in campgrounds. I have another one that we would take with us to campgrounds, and I had on a 20-foot push-up pole, but I could have it as low as 8 foot. Put 3 pairs of socks on the Dacron cords and just tell people you're doing your laundry.
That's good. Yeah, it does look like one. You can't tell from, looking over the fence. Yeah, the only problem with my setup is my backyard is all cavers and a pool. So I'd have to have the thing sitting on the floor if I wanted to have it somewhere in the backyard and pour through it.
Okay, you got me there. I was just trying to work on. I was on your side there, trying to work behind you. Well, when I put mine together, I was telling the other station earlier, I was so excited once I got it together. It was on a 4-foot pole inside of my patio table where you put your umbrella. And I hooked it up to my radio. My first contact was a UK and it was 4 foot off the ground. So they'll work.
Roger. That's great. I mean, I hear so many good things about those X beams, and I've watched so many YouTube videos, and it makes you know, your station just so much more able to, you know, transmit and receive than everyone else, and you're breaking through pileups, and yeah, fortunately for me, I'm kind of stuck with what I have. That's kind of why I got that magnetic loop, even though I'm not using it right now. I've used it a couple of times so far, and I've been getting 5.9 reports, which I'm happy with, and I've had a couple of contacts from Europe, so far it's been a nice antenna. Nothing would compare to that. Back to you.
Well, I think any time that you can direct your signal, it's going to change your outlook on radio, and we did a lot of research and pinched a lot of pennies. It's definitely the poor man's beam, no doubt. I don't like to have a lot of metal in the air, just because of the weather and stuff that we get around here. And this thing just kind of flops around, and again, it only weighs 26 pounds. The rotor is actually 4 foot off the ground inside the tower, and we run a center mass pipe up, so we don't have the weight of the rotor at the top either. So very little wind load at the very top, and that's the way we want to keep it. So, but we're fortunate. We got a little over an acre here, so and no restrictions. We're in the country, so to speak. So, you know, nothing to really worry about. However, I've know other operators that are in your same situation, and if there's a will, there's a way to get out, and you're doing quite well today, so you've got nothing to worry about there, Roger.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, what's in one? Plus, I imagine you have some sort of thrust bearing with your rotor. Back to you.
Yeah, I actually have two of them. I have one about the middle of the tower, and it locks onto the center mass pipe, so it's basically taking all the weight off of the top of the rotor. It's a Ham 2 rotor, so it's way overkill, but it was a Hamfest find. And then I have another one at the very top, just to keep it from rolling around up there, so it locks it down in place pretty good. I wanted to have the rotor inside off the ground, so to speak, so if I ever had to have it serviced, I could continue using the antenna, just using the old Armstrong method as in rotation, and it served me well. I've had no issues with it. It does come down about once a year, just for inspection, but we've never had to do anything to it, and we'll just keep running it until something happens. But so far so good there, Dan. Go ahead.
Yeah, very good. Sounds like you have a really nice setup. Makes, you know, your station and this hobby so much more enjoyable when you can get out. And you know, you're, like I said, your signal, it sounds like you're sitting right next to me. It's super clear, crisp, just beautiful audio. So yeah, congrats to your station. I'm glad you could talk to somebody and get some advice on one of those X beams. I appreciate it. But anyway, I'll let you get going, make some more contacts. And I appreciate meeting you, Randy. Hopefully we'll talk again sometime. And you stay safe in, I think you said Kansas City. And back to you. So K0RWB from 53 Delta Radio Tango.
Yeah, okay, Dan. Fine business. Well, like I said, we're doing the live stream, so you could always go back and listen to our playback on our QSO. And you'll get an opportunity to hear your own audio, and you know, you get to decide what you think of it, which is kind of a neat deal. I mean, I was able to do that with some other stations that were doing live streams, and I made a few changes and so forth to my audio. I think yours sounds pretty good, but at least this gives you an opportunity to listen to it for yourself, which is kind of a neat deal. So if you do, you just go to YouTube, type in my call sign. And you'll see the most current video of today's date, of course. And it's okay if you want to subscribe and like and hit the notification bell. We try to do this on a daily basis, Dan, so feel free to stop by again anytime if you hear us out there. I'd love to pick it up with you and see how things are going for you down there in Sanford, Florida. It's got to be like 18 degrees and snowing, at least. That's what I've got here. No, I've got -2 and snow. So I don't want to hear about your weather, so don't rub it in. Thanks for stopping by, Dan. I do appreciate it. I'm glad we got a chance to work. and come back again real soon. Love to talk with you again. Whiskey 2 Delta Romeo Tango Kilowatt 0 Radio Whiskey Bravo. We'll be clear, Dan. 7-3s.
All right, 7-3. Thanks. I'm going to go ahead and subscribe and like and check out your
Radio Whiskey Bravo. Uniform Delta.
Okay, Dan, sounds good. I appreciate that. Yeah, like I said, hopefully you get something from it. We've enjoyed it, and I hope that that you do too. And we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'll come back anytime. Love to talk with you again. 7-3s. K0RWB will be clear. And I did hear a Kilo Delta station again.
Kilo Delta 4, Lima Oscar Kilo.
Kilo Delta 4, Lima Oscar Kilo. Good afternoon. Nice signal. The handler is Randy, 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City, Missouri, playing radio this afternoon. How you doing?
Doing fine, Randy. I'm about 25 miles from Sanford, Florida, where you were just now talking. I'm running a Kenwood TS 430 into a 20-meter dipole. So, very nice to talk with you, and glad to hear that the signal is coming through.
Yeah, how about 20 over? Do you go by Robert or Bob?
Typically Bob.
Yeah, that's a 20 over signal. I don't have a preamp on, so that's terrific for a dipole. And boy, I never sell those radios short. Built like a tank and work and work and work.
Yes, I bought it about 30 years ago and used it for a few months, and then it's been on the shelf most of the time. And more recently, I upgraded to General and then started using it some more. So it seems to be going well.
Yeah, it sounds terrific. I'm not sure if you're using the stock mic or what have you. Tell me the next go round, but really clear. I guess the New England states, it was getting kind of iffy. Maybe the band has changed and kind of moved down toward you down in Florida. But boy, the last couple of stations in your neck of the woods have been 5.9 plus, so maybe that's where the band is at right now. But good heavens, it sounds terrific. And yeah, I've talked to a lot of people the last couple of weeks that had kind of been away from the hobby and kind of came back in. I'm one of them because the bands were not that good for several years, and they're coming back around. And I think COVID has something to do with that as well. So it's a terrific social distancing activity there, Roger Bob.
It surely is, and I have a Zoom meeting coming up at 7 o'clock this evening, but I am anxious to sign into your YouTube channel there and listen to the video or the audio. And thank you so much for coming back, and I'll say 73 and hope to talk to you again.
No, I'm glad you stopped by, and like I said, I'm hoping it's something worthwhile. Listen to the playback. I was just kind of blown away the first time I heard mine. I was almost embarrassed. I thought it sounded good in my headphones, but not even close. And I was able to make a few changes. And I'm not suggesting that you need to do that. Don't get me wrong, but it was a great eye opener for me. And I just think that we get an opportunity to listen to it. Be kind of nice to do so. But you be the judge, so to speak. But like I said, we're out here daily around this time. I usually start about 2 o'clock Central and run until the band shut down or I get tapped on the shoulder or there's nobody to talk to. But please feel free to come back again, Bob. Love to pick it up where we left off. The terrific signal. I mean, just wonderful signal. So the band is really hoping up for us down there. Enjoy what's left of the day. I know the weather's terrible. I don't want to hear about it. I got -2 in snow. So we'll see how it transpires the rest of the week. But 7-3s for now. Kilowatt Delta 4, Lima Oscar, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Randy in Kansas City. We'll be clear, 7-3s.
84, okay, clear. Thank you, Randy. Good evening.
You bet, 7-3s. K0RWB, QRZ. The last station I heard ending in Oscar. I know that's not much, but that's all I could pull out. Kilo Delta 8, Papa Uniform Delta. Is that a Roger, Larry?
That is a Roger, Date City, Florida, Silver, Ohio. Just out here,
Fine business, Larry. I was like, okay, an 8 call I'm going to have to flop this around, but since you're down there, I'll leave the beam pointed in that same direction. I'll look at the meter next go around, but thanks for coming back to the call. Again, the name is Randy. We're 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City, Missouri, the frozen tundra. Go ahead.
That's right. We are running barefoot there, just so you know. 897 DE through there. Go ahead.
Yeah, I copy the barefoot. 897, you said, or 857?
897 D. 897 D.
Okay, I copy the 897 Delta. Yeah, we've got an 857 Delta here as well, so not the brother and sister, so to speak. Well, fine business. Like I said, the other station, I guess the New England states kind of shut down, and the band is kind of moving down to your guys' direction. Everybody's been sounding real good. Your signal report's about a 5 and 7, 5 and 8, a little bit of noise, but the audio was coming right through there, Roger. Okay, Larry. Well, thanks for stopping in and appreciate it. Thanks for taking the time. And yeah, like I said, we were able to copy you there on the barefoot. Sometimes that's more fun than running power. So enjoy the what's left of your day. Have fun. 7-3s. Kilowatt Delta 8, Papa Uniform Delta, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. We'll clear 7-3s, K0RWB. The November 2 station again, please. Too many at one time. November 2 again, please. I'm sorry.
November 2, Echo Hotel, Lima.
Yeah, I got you that time. I've got a station about 2 kcs down that's bleeding over. Apologize for that. Well, thanks for coming back into the call. Appreciate your patience. The handle here is Randy, just outside Kansas City. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon. This is Rich, Central Jersey.
Okay, Rich, fine business. I copy your New Jersey.
And I have you at 10 over S9 here in Central New Jersey.
Okay, fine business. So I just moved the beam up your direction. I brought you up a little bit. Maybe it'll bring you up in my receive as well. Yeah, I had you initially at 5.7 or 5.9 in between there. We'll look next time around, but boy, the audio sure came fine.
Thank you very much. Actually interested in how it sounds. I've got a new style headset with the attached mic.
It's just driving somewhat a little hard for me.
Can you explain what hard means?
Like maybe the mic gain's too high or your compression. What rig are you running it with?
IC 7300.
Okay, so let's do this. What are your transmit settings for bass and treble?
Give me a second, I have to figure that out there.
Menu, bottom left, and then go over to the buttons there where you see set.
Okay, I got bass at 0, trebles at 0.
Okay, move your treble up to 3, +3. It's getting there. Go ahead and back out of that. I want to see. I'd like to see what your mic gain and your compression is set at.
Okay, again, I don't remember exactly where on the menu that is.
It's not. It's on that multi button at the top right. You just push that in.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it here.
Okay, well, you see where your VFO dial is, and you go up, and there's a small little button that you can actually rotate, and just push that in. That's your multi button.
Yeah, sorry, I hadn't backed out of the other menu first. So, mic gain's at 50, compression is at 7.
Okay, I think that's a little hard. Put your mic gain at 20, and put your compression at 2.
Okay, there any better?
My gosh, what a huge difference. Woo, that's nice. Little bit more than that, but oh gosh, you sound much better.
Great, I appreciate it. Haven't heard myself yet.
Well, then you're going to go to the live stream and listen to it later, aren't you?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's not bad. You might put a little bass into it. Here's what I do with mine. I run +3 on bass, +4 on treble. I run 19% on mic gain, and I run 1 for compression. But that's just me. But that's just how I run mine, Rich. I mean, yours. I mean, from where you started to where you're at, oh, that's terrific.
Okay, I guess I'll just leave it where it is for now. Thanks.
Well, again, I'm not the final decider, but I just think it was really driving hard in the beginning, and I don't know why these 7300s out of the box are running 50% mic gain and running compression so high because they are really super sensitive. Yeah, I think that's a great starting point. But yeah, you're a great person to listen to the playback and listen to our cues from where you started to where it's at now. Boy, that's very nice, very full flavored, so to speak. Also on the stream, you can actually see the audio scope of your signal and the audio spectrum. It'll tell you what your wavelengths look like and how wide or how narrow your signal is.
That sounds great. I'll definitely check it out. Thank you.
Yep, just go to YouTube and type in my call, K0RWB up there, and look for the latest YouTube stream that we've done. And hey, I mean, this is what makes it fun. I'm glad I could help. I've had my 7300 for about 3 weeks, so I'm new at it as well. But I had a lot of help in the beginning, so I'm just glad to pass it on.
Okay, great. How's the weather there?
Oh, it's terrific. Light snow, -2, and about 6 inches on the ground, which I'm totally okay with, but at least show me the sunshine. We haven't had any now for about 5 or 6 days.
Yeah, it's in the, well, it was 40 earlier. It's probably in the upper 30s here now, which is amazing because I heard you talking about Texas earlier. During Austin had just a few degrees and lots of snow.
Yeah, it sounds like the Arctic has been dropping down pretty wide and pretty deep. You know, it's unfortunate. I was in San Antonio, Texas years ago, and we got snow down there one time, and they handed us brooms. I mean, there was no snow shovels or anything else, and it was quite interesting to see how people down there were driving in the conditions. They didn't do well. It didn't fare well for any of them, but. Yeah, I guess it's just that time of year, like winter's put itself off as long as possible, it seems like. And we've got what we've got, but it is one day closer to spring, so I guess I can't complain too much.
Yeah, so we actually have 42 degrees here, but impending ice storm.
Oh, that sounds a lot of fun. I think I'll take the snow over the ice storm. You know, four-wheel drive tires don't do any good on that ice whatsoever, so never a good thing. We're primarily homebodies. We retired a couple of 3 years ago, and so we find ways to entertain ourselves, and radio is one of them, of course. And if it'll stop snowing, we'll get out and push the drive, but I'm not in a big hurry to do that, so I can stay right here and play radio. But no, it's nice to see the East Coast is coming in. I thought maybe we lost the upper New England states. It kind of shut down, but had no problems hearing you. You've been about 5.9 the entire time. Tell me the antenna that you're running as well. I'd be curious what you've got for the complete setup.
I've got a short 40-meter dipole, short and low.
Okay, fine business. And are you running barefoot or are you running some power?
Yeah, it's barefoot.
Okay, fine business. Well, it's really working well. Here's what I'd like for you to do. If you have a chance to go listen to it, great. And send me back a comment and tell me what you think of it. Or we're going to be back out here again tomorrow. We do this on a daily basis. We start about 2 o'clock Central Time, and I'd like to get your inputs and see what you think of what we've done there, and see if it's for the better for you as well. I'd appreciate if you did that.
Absolutely, will do.
Okay, Rich, well, enjoy, and I'm glad we had a chance to talk, and maybe make a few changes, maybe not, who knows, but it was fun trying anyway. But like I said, we'll be back out here again, and if you hear us, please feel free to stop by. We'll kind of pick up where we left off, and we'll see how things work out for both of us, so to speak. Enjoy what's left of the day, and thank you again for giving us a call. We do appreciate it very much. November 2, Echo Hotel, Lima, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. We'll be clear, my friend. 7-3s. K0RWB, Randy in Kansas City, clear, QRZ.
Kilo Charlie 3, Mike Sierra Echo.
Well, a bunch of you. I'll try to get there if I can. Kilo Charlie 3 again, please.
Kilo Charlie 3, Mike Sierra Echo. Randy, you're 5'9" plus about 15 in the state of Maryland. The Hamlin Martin, Mike Alpha Romeo Tango India, November.
Okay, Martin, fine business. Yeah, we just got you pulled up there. Silver Spring. Yeah, I know right where that is. Spent a little time there with a friend of ours when I was down at Langley, if you know where that is. Go ahead.
Yes, I know where Langley is.
Well, then you know what I was doing there. Fine business. Yeah, I see the QSL card there from the Chesapeake Bay. I certainly miss that area. Beautiful, beautiful. I always did enjoy that. Thanks for coming back to the call. I'll look at the meter next go round, but we're able to pull you out there. I didn't realize there were some others out there as well, but nice to hear you this afternoon there. Go ahead.
Well, thank you much for taking my call. Enjoyed a few pictures on your QRZ page, particularly one from Desert Storm, because I was there too also.
Oh, is that right? Anything in particular you can share with us?
No, not particular. I was commanding of an engineer battalion down there, over.
Were you on the sand or in the water?
Army engineer, so I was on the sand.
Yes, I still feel like I'm digging some out of my ears from time to time. I don't know if you feel that way, but between Thumb Right, Oman, Il Cars, and King Fahd Air Base, I think I got a lot of sand. Plus, there's been a few trips since that time.
Yeah, well, I spent some time down there long before then, about 1967, 68, over.
Yeah, you got me by a little bit. I was there in the early 80s, or I should say mid 80s, on temporary assignment, and of course the big jump off in 90 and 91. But yeah, it's just something you just don't forget.
That is so true. That's so true. But I enjoyed my time down there. It was better than Vietnam, for sure. But anyway, thanks for taking my call, and I wish you all the best. Have a great, safe evening.
Yeah, no problem, Martin. I would ask you real quick if you had an opportunity to interact with any of the camel spiders.
The camel what?
Interact with any of the camel spiders.
No, I had a chance to go hunting on camels, so over.
Yeah, we had nice opportunities to interact with camel spiders on a daily basis. They tend to like the heat on the tarmac, and that you would think it was the heat, but it was hordes of them just kind of walking across the tarmac. Never a good time, and can be quite large as well, like into a foot in diameter. Thanks, Martin, for stopping in. I do appreciate it. Thank you for your service and playing in the sandbox as well. Come back and see us again. We're out here on a daily basis. We'd love to talk with you again. Kilowatt Charlie 3, Mike Sierra Echo. Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Randy in Kansas City, clear, 7-3s. Okay, Martin, take care. K0RWB, Randy in Kansas City. We're going to be able to take one more call. We're going to have to go QRT. If we can get one more call, we'll try to take a call out there. QRZ.
Whiskey 2 Kilo,
That jumped off of my meter. Kilo 2, Whiskey 2, Kilo Oscar. You about jumped me off the back of my chair. Good afternoon.
Well, good afternoon. That's good to hear. The name is Ken, Kilo Echo November. And you're doing good in here, too. 5'9" plus 10, good signal. In upstate New York, about 90 miles northwest of New York City. Go ahead.
Okay, Ken. Yeah, we pulled you up here on QRZ. Yeah, terrific signal. It must have changed back. I tried to work some of the stations in your area about 45 minutes ago, and it looked like the band fell off, and then Florida and the southern states picked back up, and then you guys came right back up again. So I'm not sure where the band is at, but you're 5.9, a good solid 5.9, and the audio was really nice and crystal clear as well. There, go ahead.
Roger, thank you. I've been working on that too, so that's really good to hear. Yours also very crystal clear, like you're sitting right here. Again, that's great. That's great to hear. Yeah, the band's kind of weird this afternoon, I guess. I'm picking up Florida really good. I talked to a fellow down there a little while ago, and I'm getting good signals from down there. And I hear you running the X beam, and that's doing a great job into here also. Go ahead.
Yeah, we've been really lucky. I mean, we took our time to do some research. I haven't been able to find anybody who can pay me to be on the air, so I have to buy all this stuff, and so it certainly is a cheap man's beam. There are other ones out there, of course, but there's a price tag associated with it, and this is complete to your house for $600 is not a bad deal in my book anyway. But it does the job for us, and it handles the weather extremely well. So, but you're doing good as well. I'm just curious, is it the 450 or your 1200 that you're running?
I'm running the 1200 right now. I'm on the Bushcraft R8 vertical and the Ameritron about 700 watts.
And
that's about it here.
And you're on the PR40?
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, the PR40.
Yeah, okay, fine business. Well, that's good. The signal's not real strong, but I think that's just the way the band is, because you jump right back up again and it comes back down. I think that's just the way it is today. But we're running a 3-week-old IC 7300. We traded in the Yaesu 950 a couple 3 weeks ago, the local ham store here in our metro, which is nice. And we are also running an ACOM 1000. We're about 8 to 850 on peaks. And the mic is a Heil HM12 sitting on the boom. So that's really about what we've got for equipment, but it works for us. Roger?
All right. I think I doubled with you, Randy. What radio are you running?
I'm running the IC 7300. We bought it about 3 weeks ago.
Oh, it's nice. I picked one up in the fall down at HRO down in Delaware. I drove down there and picked it up. I was down in Cape Bay, and I'll tell you what a radio. I really like that. I'm using it portable right now, but I might just switch that out one of these days and use it in here. I really like it. I can see why they're such a popular radio. I think they told me they sold like 18,000 of them or something like that, HRO. But yeah, I can see why it was a good decision. I think to get it. Go ahead.
Yeah, I've been happy so far. It was this or the FTDX10, and the local store had just sold their last one not long before I showed up a couple of weeks ago. So they had a used Yaesu 3000, FTDX 3000, which is great. I had it on the bench and used it. It worked pretty well. This rig for $1,000 is pretty tough to beat. I was able to make contact with a new owner of the FTDX10 down in Florida, and sounded terrific, really terrific. And I'm really looking at trying to purchase that radio, only because it has the external monitor feature. That's the only thing I wish this radio had, is the external monitor feature. And the reason being is, on the live streams, it's a lot easier to broadcast that on the live stream than the third-party software that I'm using now. And I don't know, it sounds kind of trivial, but I would like to be able to do that, to try to make this look a little better and so forth. But they both sound good. They both got great receives, and the same as the 1200. The 1200 was the predecessor of the 950. So I mean, it's working well for you, is there?
Yeah, that's good to hear. I bought this back in 2014 on a Black Friday sale, and I've been liking it. I'm not really ready to move up yet. It still gets out good, and as long as it gets out, I don't want to get too many radios. I guess you can't have enough, but I don't want to get too many. But real quick, I think you mentioned to another fellow you have a scope. How does my rig, how is it working on the scope? Am I within the limits?
Well, what I'm seeing here is right around, if I had to guess, you're about 28 to 2900 wide, and your peaks look at about 500, and then they come up again around 12 or 1300, and then they drop off. And this is on your audio, mind you, and it looks pretty full. Here's what I would do, of course. Like I said, we're doing this live on YouTube, but you can always go back and listen to the playback. And you can actually watch the video of our conversation, our QSO, and listen to our conversation, and then you can get the chance to listen and watch the spectrum scope yourself and see what you think of it there, Roger.
That's awesome. I appreciate you doing it. Yeah, that's really handy to have, because I use the 450 and feed into the dummy load, and I try to test it that way, because of course it doesn't. You always sound good when you're using the monitor, but it sounds a lot different when you have another radio and you're plugged into that. So yeah, I'll definitely check your channel out. I didn't know that. I appreciate you telling me that. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's we've been doing this for about 3 weeks. I kind of got nudged by it. Another station in Cutler Bay, Florida, Whiskey 7 Hotel Uniform Alex, also does a live stream, and I used to check in with him, and I used to listen to the playback as well. Again, you sound great in your headphones, but I would listen to playbacks and I would just cringe. I sounded terrible. So I started making some changes as well, and he suggested that, you know, hey, start a channel yourself, because we're not able to hear each of the same stations. He doesn't hear what I hear, and vice versa. I'm Central U.S., he's on the East Coast, so I said, hey, that sounds great, and you know, it's fun to do. I'm not the end-all be-all. I'm not the expert at all. I certainly have no problem giving my opinion. That's just what it is, my opinion. But you can go to the channel and type in my call, look for the latest video, and then look for the playback, or listen for the playback, and you can watch the spectrum scope as well while you're listening to it, Ken, and then you decide if you want to make changes or not. I think it sounds fine, but maybe there's something you want to do. We do this daily. We do about 2 o'clock Central time. If you want to come back the next day or two and try your 450, we'll do that as well.
Yeah, I was just going to suggest that. I might just do that. I'll try the 450 too. I put an MD100 mic on that, and I want to check that out too. But I appreciate that. Yeah, my main concern is I didn't want to be too wide on the signal, but it sounds like I'm within the limits, which is good. That's one of my main concerns besides the audio. But very good. I appreciate that. And I'll definitely, like I said, check the channel out, subscribe, and I'll probably be talking to you again really soon.
Yeah, that's great. I look forward to it, Ken. Like to see. I can't remember the last time I've talked to a station with a 450. I look forward to it. Again, I think it sounds great. You may not want to make any changes. The PR40 is a very sensitive microphone, and it may be something that's really, really small or nothing at all. You know, nobody wants to be wider than they're supposed to be, or we're not. I mean, everybody shoots for broadcast quality. I don't know if you're going to get there, but we'd like to be, you know, audible, so to speak. And you know, if I offer something for it, hey, great. If not, I still enjoy the Q, so it doesn't matter either way. I'm just glad you had a chance to stop in and say hi. So, but feel free to do that. Like I said, we're going to be back out here tomorrow. That's the plan, unless we get some more snow. But the plan is to be back out again here tomorrow and the next day. And we look forward to meeting up with you again there, Roger.
Hey, Roger, sounds good, Randy. Thanks. Thanks for what you're doing. And yeah, we've got quite a nice meeting on the way, I guess, tonight too. So we're still not out of it yet, I guess. Thank goodness it's the middle of February, though, right? But okay, take care. It was real nice meeting you, and I'll definitely talk to you again someday. Kilo 0 Radio Whiskey Bravo, Whiskey 2, Kilo Oscar. Take care, Randy. 73.
You bet, Ken. Pleasure's on my end, and thanks for taking the time to stop in, and I'm glad we got a chance to talk. Enjoy the rest of your day. Look forward to the next time, and keep your head down, as they say. Hopefully the weather won't get any worse for you. Hopefully we all get some better weather coming up for sure. Whiskey 2, Kilo Oscar. Kilowatt 0 Radio Whiskey Bravo. Randy, we'll be clear, 73s.
73, Randy. Stay safe.
You bet. K0RWB, one more call, cures it.
Kilo Golf, Mike Bravo.
Kilo Golf again?
Kilowatt Golf, number 2, Mike Bravo.
Kilo Golf 2, Mike Bravo. Roger?
Roger, Roger. I'm in Brooklyn, something real good over here.
Well, let me guess. Brooklyn, New York. Is that right, Rich?
Roger.
Okay, I've got somebody, I think, right below me that's kind of making a little noise, but I was able to pull you out. So would you be the second person I've talked with today with an XTDX10?
Yeah, I got this at the end of December. I had some, I was on a wait list and through R&L, and I actually just put $1 on it. And they called me up and said, hey, we got one, we got 2, do you want one? I said, sure. I paid that in full, and they gave me a little bit better price than when you put it in the cart there, and you know, I've had it since December. I really haven't tweaked it much. It's actually got the first firmware update done with an SD card. That it was not about the meter being off of it. That's all it was. It didn't really notice anything else.
Well, fine business. Well, how do you like it so far?
It's better than 7300 I got rid of. The 7300 was great. I mean, the thing blew my mind when I seen it at first. I know he's talking about the AZFT 950. I had one of those, an ICOM 76 Pro 2, and I had the 7600. The 7600, I had for a really long time, and I finally sold that to get this. I just wanted something newer, and I did put the external display, but I got to get a monitor with a DVI input to it. I remember if it's DVI-A or DVI-B, but I'm enjoying the screen. It's really, really sharp. I mean, the thing works good. It decodes ready, like 700, but it also decodes CW, which is more like a hat trick than anything. And it's got that 3D scope to it, but I find myself still using the old waterfall. So, K0RWB, KD doing it.
Yeah, I talked to a station down in Florida earlier, and I asked him about the 3D, and he says, yeah, I kind of prefer the 2D, the old waterfall. And see, I can understand that. We're running a 7300 we've had for 3 weeks now, and it's a nice little upgrade from what I had. It served me well. I do miss not having the external monitor port. If it had that, it would be definitely a home run. But it's still working quite well. I have no complaints with it whatsoever. We are going to start looking for the FTDX10 because we want to have that external monitor feature. So when we go to the live stream, we can actually display that versus the third-party software that we're currently using. So I know it's rather trivia, but I do hear some good things. I still have all the cables and the other mic and cords and so forth for the Yaesu product, so it's a pretty easy fix, and I can take this and use it for portable or as a backup on the bench there. Roger.
FT30, so I put that next to it, and it sounds really good. You know, it's a little bit of a pricey speaker for being a speaker, but the thing's worth it. Believe it or not, I'm on a little thing that have an off-center fed 40-meter dipole, and I'm off that right now. I shipped over to the vertical. I'm on an Antron 89, Solarcon Antron 89, I put up maybe 25 years ago, and I got that going to an AC100 LVD tuner. So it's clean enough. It just needs a touch, you know, but it's a sweat, so it changes the FWR slightly, being a plastic antenna. And I got my 360 duplexer. So on one side of that, it's got it's got a VHF 6-meter antenna, and then the other end is a these antennas. And that's the only reason why I did do that was like the 7300, it also only has one antenna port. But so this thing does 6 meters, but I didn't want to start getting up there. they've answered having a fan pack filter built in. So this tiny little dew clutch is doing a good job. So actually what I was going to say was that I had the 7300 for a while. The thing was fantastic. But my biggest thing with it, I guess, was that from 40 meters and down, 48 and 160, not like 160, but it just seems to be a lot noisier than, say, like a 7600 or the Yaesu 950. But, like, when you get above 10 megahertz, like 20 meters and up, it was no problem at all. I mean, if I was on 20 through 6, you know, all the time, I would have never got rid of it, you know. So now I got this and a Yaesu FT991A, and I just use that to play around like a 2-meter sideband or 6 meters or a 440 sideband. Don't use that on HF that much. But it does a pretty good job on HF as well. Alright, enough babbling about me. Go ahead. Yaesu KG2B.
Okay, Rich, no problem. No, we certainly understand it. I think a lot of the rigs have pros and cons. I don't know if there is a perfect rig. I guess there's one out there, but it's probably a whole lot more money than I'm willing to spend. But this works well currently, but we're going to look for the other ones as well. So we'll see how it plays out. But again, so far so good with this. It is certainly an upgrade. So, well, listen, I'll say 73s. We got a tap on the shoulder. That means the boss is here, and we've got to do some other things now currently. But hey, listen, like I said, we're live on YouTube, but you can always come back and listen to the playback on our QSO, and you get to hear what your FTDX10 sounds like as well. And if you want to make any changes or not, I think it sounds pretty good, but you could be the judge. And if you do that, go ahead and subscribe and like it. You never know. We come out here on a daily basis, about 2 o'clock Central, and we'll certainly try to catch you again as well. So 7-3s for now. Thanks for sticking around. Enjoyed the talk. Hope we can do it again real soon. Kilowatt Golf 2, Mike Bravo. Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Randy in Kansas City will be clear in QRT.
Yeah, and 7-3, about the festival supper. It's a K0RWB on YouTube.
Yeah, I do a live stream on YouTube. If you want to listen to the playback, just go to YouTube, type in the search window, just type in my call, K0RWB, look for the latest video, and then you can listen to our QSO on the playback.
Right, yeah, it looks like it started streaming a few hours ago.
Yeah, I sure did.
Okay, I got you up on the screen there. Hey, let me see if I can maybe back it up and see if we get this QSO.
Yeah, there was a little noise earlier. Once you get past that, but you've been, 5.7, 5.8, 5.9, off and on, so it's working pretty well.
Yeah, I got you there. 20 minutes usually does that right. Yeah, same thing, 5.7, 5.8, and I'll see if I can get a card out there. Alright, Randy, I gotta talk over there because the oven just beeped and I gotta get to the oven too. K0RWB, I do have you on YouTube, KG2B, 7-3.
Okay, thanks again, and thanks for stopping by. Like I said, check us out there, listen to playback, and leave comments, tell us what you think, something you can see better or something you'd like to change. We'll see how it goes. Take care for now. Kilo Golf 2, Mike Bravo, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo, we'll clear. 7-3s. Let's see if Paul is still out there. Is Paul, are you still there? Whiskey Quebec 4 Alpha, are you still out there, Paul?
Kilowatt 0, Romeo Whiskey Bravo, WQ4A. I won't hold you, Randy. I know you're getting ready to run, but just a beautiful signal into Florida this afternoon, my friend.
Well, you see how that works, don't you? You can beat the pile up by just sending a message. Well, I know we work, so I wanted to come in real quick. I just hate to leave people out there, but she'll give me a minute or two, I'm sure. If I get a real hard tap or a slap on the side of the head, then you probably won't hear me again.
Roger on that. I'll give you a quick update on Florida weather, and you can tell me how much snow you've gotten up there. We had a high of about 80 here today. A good bit of rain. Since Friday, we've had almost 3 inches of rain in Central Florida. It's going to cool down for a couple of days, but not like our friends are having just to the north of us. So what's your weather like there in Kansas City, Randy?
Oh, it's lovely. I mean, it just couldn't be any better. -2, light snow all day. We've got maybe, I'm looking out the window now, maybe 6 or so on the ground. But they did tell us this morning on the news that by Friday we're going to get back to 32. So today's a record breaker, 9 days in a row below 15.
Wow. I hate to tell you, it's currently 75 here in Ocala. So hopefully you'll warm up quicker than they're forecasting. But holy mackerel. Yeah, a lot of good folks taking it on the chin since this weekend. So anyway, I'll let you go. Randy, again, just a beautiful signal. Your audio is just spot on perfect. Don't touch any of your dials. I don't think you could improve it. And always good to hear you on the air. So I'll say 73, and we'll look for you another time. K0RWB, WQ4A, 73, my friend.
Yeah, thanks, Paul. Yeah, you're just full of good news. You should be a weatherman. You know, we've had a very mild winter. At some point, this shows up. It showed up. It's snowing in Austin, Texas. It's 12 degrees south of Houston. I don't feel terribly bad. I feel bad. I can deal with this, but at least show me some sunshine. It's been about a week. Just let me see the sun, and I can feel much better. So the only thing I've got looking forward to is playing radio. It'll stop snowing. I'll get the tractor out, and I'll get to push snow on the driveway. And then tomorrow we'll come out and play radio again. So feel free to come back, but please leave the weather reports. I feel bad enough the way it is.
Whiskey Kilo 4. Roger on that. Will do. Okay, well, have a good evening. You guys stay warm, and we'll catch up with you again. K0RWB, WQ4A. 73, Randy.
Okay, Paul. Nice to talk to you as always. And yeah, come back anytime. What the heck? I'll listen to it. No problem. Hey, enjoyed it. Take care. We'll go ahead and break with you. Was there a Whiskey Kilo 4?
Again, Bravo 2, Lima, Oxford, India.
I thought I heard a Whiskey Kilo 4. Is that correct?
Roger, Whiskey Kilo 4, Oscar, Delta Lima, QSL.
Yeah, my apologies. Thanks for your patience there. Whiskey Kilo 4, Oscar, Delta Lima, correct?
Roger. You say you're in Texas?
No, sir. I'm 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City, Missouri. I've got a friend that lives in Austin and another acquaintance that lives south of Houston and told me what kind of weather they had.
Kansas City is a long way from Massachusetts.
Well, and that's what I've been told, and it's probably farther if your beam is pointed toward Florida and not Massachusetts.
No beam. I'm on an NFED inverted V, about 60 feet at the apex.
Well, I'll bring it up around your direction because you came up in my receive. We'll see if it works in yours too.
Yeah, I got these new headphones that would give them a try out.
Well, I don't know what they sound like. I know what you sound like, but yeah, I don't have any trouble hearing you. But no, it sounds good. Thanks for stopping by. We were trying to get out of here, but boy, I just hate to leave when there are people out there calling. But we've got a couple of minutes before the wife taps me on the shoulder or hits me in the head. Then I really have to go.
Yeah, I heard you saying something about that. Well, anyway, I'm transmitting on a TSA 90. Kenwood TSA 90 with a N60 desk mic and an inverted V, halfway wider. So I guess I'm getting up there.
Hey, Roger, did I copy 850 or 890?
890.
An 890 with an MC60, correct? The microphone's an MC60. Yeah, the conditions aren't helping. I copied that the mic was an MC60, Roger. Yeah, that's what I figured with the band conditions. We're going to do that. I don't know if we're going to be able to work that. I'll put you in the log anyway, and we got a couple of words out of there. Feel free to come back again Maybe probably tomorrow. We'll be out here tomorrow as well. Whiskey Kilo 4 Oscar Delta Lima Kilowatt 0 Radio Whiskey Bravo. We'll be clear. I think there was one more station, then I've got to go.
Radio 4 Kilo Whiskey Bravo 2 Lima Oscar India Cape Cod.
Whiskey Bravo 2 Lima Oscar India. Is that a Roger?
That's a Roger. Thank you very much for coming back. Actually, I'm operating Portable 1 on Cape Cod. The name is Harvey. And just got a little ICOM 7000 miniature radio on the corner of the desk and a totally random wire thrown up in the trees. And that's it. So I'm glad you're talking. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's a 5.9 signal, no doubt. And you have a lot of depth to your audio, if you know what I mean.
Well, thank you for the compliment. I'm glad to hear that. This is a slightly modified hand mic from ICOM. I guess the 7000s needed a little work on the mic, and that was done with this one, so I'm glad it's working well. I was reading the mail and, felt bad about your cold weather, but on the Cape here, where we normally don't have snow, I've been here all week, and we've had snow on the ground, about 6 inches, and it's been cold, and anyway, I'm rather disappointed. Go ahead.
You know, I think 3/4 of the country could probably agree with you and me as well. I think it's just one of those things. I don't know. It seems like the winter is getting pushed farther and further back. Usually, if we can kind of survive unscathed, to the first part of January, we feel pretty good, because generally we have about 65 days of winters to speak of. March comes around, first week of March, we're pretty much unscathed. There's the outlier, so to speak, but generally we're okay. And a week 10 days ago, this Arctic blast came down, and it's just starting to get to the point where you're not being fun anymore. But like I was telling the other stations, I would just like to see the sun, even if it was for 5 minutes. The rest of it I'll deal with, but just let me see the sun there, Harvey. Go ahead.
Oh yeah. My other QTH is in the Albany, New York area, and normally it's about 10 degrees warmer here on the Cape, so that's why we travel for a second QTH. And indeed, it has been 10 degrees warmer, but it makes too much difference.
Well, Harvey, the band's kind of dropping out on us. I wasn't able to catch much of that. I think you mentioned about my call, and if that's the case, it's Kilowatt 0 Radio Whiskey Bravo. It's Randy, and we're 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City. I'm not sure if the conditions will hold in there or not, but we're not able to copy that go-around. We'll try it one more time there, but we may have to call it there. Go ahead. Okay, Harvey, I guess we'll have to call it. Sorry for that, but band must have dropped out. We got a little bit of a QSO in there, so I do appreciate that. Say 7-3s for now, and come back and stop by anytime. We're out here on a daily basis. We'll say 7-3s. Whiskey Bravo 2 Lima Oscar India, Kilowatt 0 Radio Whiskey Bravo, Randy in Kansas City. We'll be clear in QRT.
The station in Oklahoma, Kilo Radio 4 Kilo Zulu. Kilo Radio 4 Kilo Zulu.
The K0RWB KZ again?
Yeah, this is Kilo Radio 4 Kilo Zulu, KR4KZ, in Orlando, Florida, over.
Okay, is this Kurt?
Yeah, this is Kirk, over.
Okay, fine business. Yeah, I hate to have a call go uncalled like that, but yeah, okay. Well, here, the handle is Randy, and we're 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City on the Missouri side, but like to say the right side. I do copy Orlando. Tell me what you're running there. You're driving it pretty hard. I'm just curious what you're running.
Using a ST-101, Fox Tango 101, into a Eastwood ST-200, over.
Okay, fine business. And are you using the stock mic?
Yeah, just using my enthusiast microphone, over.
Okay, fine business. Are you on top of it, or how far away do you have it from your mouth?
Probably about 2 to 3 inches, over.
Yeah, it's driving it really hard. I don't mean any offense when I say that, Kirk, at all. I don't mean no offense, but if you listen to the playback, I'm doing a live stream on YouTube, so if you listen to the playback, you'll hear it yourself. I mean, you might try moving a little bit the mic a little bit farther away, but it's really driving kind of hard.
Alright, I turned the mic gain down to about 4. How's that sound, over?
It's a lot more audible. I mean, I can hear you a little bit clearer than before. It was just really pretty driving really hard. Again, I mean no offense. If I can help, fine, but that is definitely better.
Okay, very good. Yeah, just kind of put the rig back together, just redid the shelf around the rig. Been listening to you for about 30 minutes, just seeing how the conditions were doing on 20, over.
Yeah, it's been kind of weird. The upper New England was open earlier and it died down, and then you guys down in the Florida area, you know, started to come around, and then the New England states came back up again, and now you guys are back again. I tried to clear about 20 minutes ago, and I keep getting calls, and I do hate to miss them. But like I said, the wife will tap me, or she'll slap me on the side of the head, then I definitely have to go. But we got you in that time, and it's a 5.9 signal. It sounds good, Kirk, but like I said, the audio was just a little bit on the tough side.
Yeah, not running a processor or anything. But, alright, very good. Yeah, I have turned the mic gain down to 2, and I'm still about 3 to 4 inches from the mic.
Yeah, that's a great improvement. Very noticeable. But like I said, check it out yourself. Go to YouTube. Go to my channel there. Just type in my call in the search bar, and then just listen to the playback, and then you can tell the difference yourself.
Alright, give me the call one more time so I can write it down, over.
Yeah, no problem. It's K0RWB, Radio Whiskey Bravo, K0RWB, and go to YouTube. Go in the search bar, type in my call, and then look for the latest video, which will be today, the 15th. And you'll be the last one today. Just listen to the last couple of minutes of it, and you listen to our QSO, and you'll be able to hear what your own audio sounds like.
Okay, very good. Well, your last go around, you were 5.959. I've seen you go down to 5 and 3 here with the A2 FT101E. So, always nice to play with the teddy bear radio, over.
Yeah, it certainly is. I try to make mine the best possible, and I think we've got it pretty close. I have to continue watching myself getting too close to the microphone. Is quite sensitive, so we're about 6 to 8 inches away currently, and we're trying to keep it that way. We do tend to get a little closer from time to time and elevate our voice, but for the most part, I think we've got it dialed in. Kirk, I'll let you go for now. We're going to shut her down here, but I'm glad we got a chance to talk in there. And like I said, go ahead and check out the playback on YouTube. Tell me what you think. Feel free to leave a comment, good or bad, something we can improve on, or something you'd like to see changed. And we do come out here on a daily basis. And if you're around the next day or two, feel free to stop by again and say hi. We'll just pick up where we left off. I'll say 7-3 for now. Enjoy what's left of the day. Have a great week coming up. Kilowatt Radio 4, Kilowatt Zulu, Kilowatt 0 Radio Whiskey Bravo. We're going to be clear and QRT.
Okay, 7-3, thanks for the last use of the day, and we'll talk to you later. K0
Okay, 7-3. K0RWB, clear.